Greetings, viewers. This is King Etchu, the Pan-Africanist from Southern Cameroon, aka Ambazonia. I want to respond to the communique that was put out there by the Ministry of Cameroon, where they say Cameroon government is keeping a closer eye watch of the conflict in Eastern Europe. And so Cameroon believes in peaceful settlement of disputes among nations. If Cameroon really believes in peaceful settlements of disputes within nations, then how come President Paul Biya declared war on Southern Cameroon in 2016? Why did President Paul Biya declare war if Cameroon believes in peaceful settlement? If you decide to declare war on the people and kill those people and maim them, destroy, burn down their buildings, continue extinguishing the lives of Southern Cameroonians, and you go out and say, oh, you believe in peaceful settlement of dispute within nations. How is that? How does that apply to the statement you've made? It doesn't. It doesn't at all. Calling on all parties to end hostility requires President Paul Biya, who declared war on Southern Cameroon, to end the war and pull all their military from Southern Cameroon. That's what is required of Cameroon if Cameroon wants to end the war, because President Paul Biya declared war on Southern Cameroon in 2016. It requires President Paul Biya and the government of Cameroon to undeclare the war and pull their troops from Southern Cameroon. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You think you declare war on Southern Cameroon, eliminate Southern Cameroonians, the citizens of Southern Cameroonians, from 2016 till 2023, and the war continues, and then you make a communique saying that Southern Cameroonians should drop their weapons if they want to go back to normalcy, and you think that is possible. For some reason, you think that is just possible to say, oh, Southern Cameroonians, drop your weapons and you go back to normalcy. No, it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't work like that. But if you think it works like that, keep writing your communique every month, every day, every year for the next 10, 20, 30, 40 years and see if that war will end. Because that war will not end. That war will eventually end French Cameroon government. That's what that war would do. It will end French Cameroon. That is why you know you can't beat Southern Cameroonians militarily. You've tried for 7 years and you can't. So you keep writing this ridiculous communique. You keep writing, trying to advise Southern Cameroonians to drop their war, to go back to normalcy. But no, this is our new norm. And our new norm is that we want an independent nation separated from French Cameroon government. We want a nation where French Cameroon government and French Cameroon citizens do not have the right, the liberty to infringe on the rights of Southern Cameroonians. We, Southern Cameroonians, want a nation where we are in control of what we do and how we want to see our growth as a nation, how we want to see our world, our nationhood progress. And we know, being with French Cameroonians for over 60 years, there is no progress. There will never be progress. There's always going to be death. Being with French Cameroon and French Cameroonian citizens, French Cameroon government only requires that we will die continuously and there will never be any progress. So it's better for Southern Cameroonians to fight for the next 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years and have complete independence from French Cameroonian citizens and from French Cameroon government, because that is the only way we can see the pride of our nation rise, progress to a whole new level, a whole new height, a whole new standard. There's no standard in French Cameroon. There's no standard in being in French Cameroon. We will never grow as a people, as a nation. Being with French Cameroonians and French Cameroonian citizens and French Cameroon government only means death to Southern Cameroonians. That's what it means. Means we are completely deprived of progress. And we know that for being with French Cameroon for 60 years. So there is no going back. There is no discussion of, oh, let's stay together, drop your weapons and go back to normalcy. That's out of the gutter. So stop this nonsense about your communique and thinking that you could talk Southern Cameroonians to become part of French Cameroonians. No, it's not going to work. It has never worked and will never work. Simple. President Paul Biya needs to declare ceasefire, pull out his soldiers from Southern Cameroon, pull out all his governors, the 2 governors he has, all his administrators, all of them out of Southern Cameroon, and focus on French Cameroon, and let Southern Cameroonians focus on Southern Cameroonians. Let Ambazonian focus on Ambazonia. That is the key to ending and having a peaceful world within Southern Cameroonians and French Cameroonians. But if you think that the Southern Cameroonians will drop their weapons and go back to this so-called normalcy, because the normalcy that we had before the war wasn't even normalcy, which is exactly why Southern Cameroonians were protesting before 2016. That wasn't normalcy. That is what pushed them to protest. But since you didn't see the humanity in Southern Cameroon, within the people of Southern Cameroon, President Paul Biya thinks he could just declare war, walk into Southern Cameroon and eradicate Southern Cameroon, and he will be able to control Southern Cameroon. But it hasn't worked for what? 7 years. So stop this bullshit with your communique. It doesn't work. Your military cannot beat Southern Cameroonians. 8 regions cannot beat 2 regions. The war continues. Southern Cameroonians will eventually obtain her independence as a nation. Ambazonia is a free, independent nation from La République du Cameroon, and La République du Cameroon has no other right but to respect the statehood of Southern Cameroon. This is King Etchu.